I am well and truly sick of hearing people yap about Playboi Carti. It seems even when we're not in a Carti album cycle, all you can see online in the hip-hop discussion space is just people consistently yapping about Playboi Carti, what he may be wearing, the leaks that he's putting out, literally everything. And the thing is, each and every one of you are being tricked by perhaps one of the greatest marketing feats in the history of hip-hop, and it is just marketing what I see as extremely mid music. And I understand that's a complete opinion. Music is completely subjective. People can think that this is a masterpiece. I don't think many people do, but people can think that. The issue I have is the fact that it is so manufactured and it isn't even original in the way that so many people claim it to be. For example, I listened to the new I Am music. It just sounds like kind of DJ Smokey kind of funk production. It's nothing special. And I understand with, what was that one? Vampanthem album. See, I'm well researched for this video. The rage beats were good. But again, Carti is continuously carried by the producers that historically he has treated like complete shit. I mean, Mexico Drill and Pierre Bourne, he didn't pay these producers when he was coming up, and he's made a lot of money. And obviously I am not the target audience for Playboi Carti's music. I mean, I listen to alternative subgenres, I listen to metal, I listen to heavy music. But again, Playboi Carti has stolen so much from these heavy and alternative subcultures to put in his style of clothing and his music that it's surprising that I don't really find much appeal in his music. To be fair, that's not fair. I think his music is okay. I will put on a song and occasionally enjoy it. I don't hate the music as much as it may seem. I hate the way that he is continuously overrated, and the fact that if you do continuously overrate his music, you are just playing into what the record labels want you to do, basically. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I crash out pretty much every live stream I do when people ask about Playboi Carti, because I'm just so sick of hearing about it. It's so consistent, and I don't think I'm the only one, considering there has been a lot of backlash for his newest project. And I understand there was backlash for Whole Lot of Red, and then people started liking it for some reason. I don't think it's going to be the same this time. And the thing is, it's the artificial scarcity that Carti utilizes that kind of makes the fans so ravenous. It doesn't really have much to do with the music. For example, I started listening to Playboi Carti pretty much just after Woke Up Like This. So a long time ago, I was into this SoundCloud rap, believe it or not, back in the day. And if he continued to release music like that, continued to release mixtapes and music regularly, like in the kind of old SoundCloud way, he would not have the kind of fan base he has now. It's because of the mystery, it's because of the artificial scarcity that he has this fan base. And do you really think that it takes however many years to make a Playboi Carti album? I mean, realistically, producers like Filthy are incredibly talented and incredibly good at what they do. People who produce beats for a living, especially for the top artists in hip-hop, they can shit out beats like no tomorrow. So in order to put beats together for a Carti album, I can't imagine it would take more than 2-3 months from the beginning of the production to the mixing to the beat selection. I mean, even so, there's so many beats he can look into in the past and just select a bunch of beats that he feels will fit an album. And then do you really think it takes more than like 2 weeks for him to record his vocals? I understand his vocal style is unusual for hip hop, and it's difficult to place a vocal style like that over particular beats. I understand that, but it's not like he really tries for some of the songs, considering how ridiculous they can be. I digress. It does not take a couple years to make a Playboi Carti album. I refuse to believe it. The reason it takes so long for these albums to be put out is artificial scarcity. The less Carti music there is out, the more fans want more Carti music, and that fits in with his aesthetic, the whole opium shit, the fact that he's incredibly mysterious in interviews and public appearances, despite the fact that he missed his child's birth to play Xbox or Lil Uzi Vert. So he's just a pretty typical degenerate who dresses in fancy clothing, in my opinion. I'm hating on him a lot, and I don't think he's a good person, and I don't think he makes that good art. But it's more so that Playboi Carti signifies the control that mainstream record labels have over us and the consumption of music. He is a product. He is not an artist. He is a product that is sold to make money. There's a reason he looks a certain way. There's a reason he puts out the amount of music he does. There's a reason it all works in the way it does. And it's worked because everybody is glazing him to no end, even when he isn't releasing music. And I'm going to get a lot of shit for this video, and I'm hoping I do. Please insult me. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Please put something in the comment section. And you can argue that Playboi Carti is doing something different and something new. You could argue that. You'd be wrong, because Playboi Carti essentially takes what the underground is already doing and packages it for a mainstream audience. So he takes something that may be popular in the underground that's quite niche and quite difficult to listen to. There's a reason it's staying underground. It's not for everybody. And then he makes it perfect for all the Carti fans, the smooth brains that might be watching this video. The ones that have a little bit of difficulty looking after themselves and spend most of their time scrolling on Grailed. So let's go deep into the examples where he has actually done this. Yves Tumor, the face paint, the way he dresses, Carti very obviously took aspects of that. There's even a t-shirt design by Yves Tumor that looks exactly like the Whole Lotta Red cover. Considering all the other examples on this list, I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, Black Cray essentially invented the whole vampire aesthetic. Playboi Carti was quite clearly inspired by Black Cray. He's said it before many times. I mean, there's a whole Uno the Activist thing. Uno the Activist was doing Playboi Carti's style of vocals before Playboi Carti, and they were originally friends until Carti kind of left him in the dust. He does that a lot. He does not seem like a good person, but I think it's very difficult to be a good person if you are that famous and that glazed, so you can't blame him too much for that particularly. He also consistently stole beats during his come up, and I understand literally everybody does that, but he did it to like such an insane level, and even when he was becoming one of the biggest artists in the world, he still didn't pay these producers for whatever reason, which is not the best. And I understand, especially in hip-hop, you have to take from what already exists. You always have to do that. But when you look at an artist's whole aesthetic, music style, everything that comes in their musical package, and you can kind of trace it back to something that's either happening in the underground now or has happened in the past, it becomes a bit irritating. I mean, look at any Echo 2K fit picture and then look at what Playboi Carti wears. It's clear he is heavily inspired, and that is fine. There's room in music for artists that cherry pick from other things and make music. It's very hard to be entirely original, but it becomes a problem when this artist is then presented as entirely original and treated as if he is entirely original. He is not, and he is a product of hype culture and a product of social media and a product of people's desire to look cool and be cool and have hype by supporting a certain thing or dressing a certain way. And I wouldn't particularly have a problem with it. I mean, there are artists within hip-hop I don't like. There are a lot of artists in the underground who I really do like and are doing unique things. But it's the discussion that won't end, and it won't ever end. The Playboi Carti discussion is like a brainworm that continues to insert himself into my head. I mainly cover metal, goth, alternative, subcultures. I still can't avoid Playboi Carti. Even in my stream, so many people were asking me to listen to the album, and I did, and I was sorely disappointed considering how hyped it was. And the Playboi Carti discussion will not stop, because you will keep getting tricked by the record labels. If you are a fan, you will keep getting tricked by the record labels, because this video is probably angering you right now, and you probably want to go to the comments and say how I'm wrong about this entire thing. But you deep down know I am correct. I am correct.